Welcome to our creative space. This is a spare room that we had. I wanted to make it into a space where my kids and I could just get creative and just do whatever we want to do. If we want to build with Legos, we want to color and draw, if we want to build something with our 3D pen, this is the space to do that. Right now, the only thing we have is a table that I just got done building out of an old door. The next thing we need to do is get some seating. So I'm all about that budget life. And so I have a $5 chair that I got from a thrift store. And we're gonna go see if we can transform it into something that looks a lot nicer than a $5 chair. Let's get started. All right, first step we're gonna do is take this guy apart and clean everything really well to get it prepped for paint. All right, last thing I'm gonna do before we're ready for paint is I'm gonna sand down the seat. It's not, but everything else is pretty good, but this is kind of rough. The whatever they use for the clear coat is kind of chipping off, and I just want to try to get rid of that texture. Not doing any major sanding, just using a 120 grit, and we're just gonna smooth it out. So what I'm going to do is take a clothes hanger and we're going to modify it so we can hook it in here and hang it. Okay, wire cutters. I really could use this hook, but I'm going to save it for this just to show you how to do it with some wire. So really all I need is a bend here so it doesn't fall off, a bend here, and a hook here. Hook it through. I know this side is going to be covered up by the back of the chair, so I'm not really worried about if I don't get paint perfectly over here. So I'm going to hook it on this side. Alright, my hook's a little too much, so I'm just going to bend that out. Hook it through here. And I can just bend this up a little bit more just to hold it in place. Keep it from sliding. This is the hook. I just bent it like that. This is just an example, doesn't have to be perfectly like this. I don't want to sit here and paint this and flip it over and all that. So literally just do this, hook it. We have this nice hanging piece here that I can easily just paint. Turn, paint. All right, so this is kind of the setup here. Really, you never want to paint in direct sunlight because it's going to cause your stuff to dry too quickly, and it may not bond properly, may cause bubbling. There's a number of things that can happen, but it's super windy today, and I don't really have anywhere else to paint, so it's kind of lesser of the two evils. Spray paint does not work well in windy conditions, and here in the garage, it's not windy, so this is kind of set up. I have that elevated on a bucket with a shirt over it so I can paint around that really easily. I have this propped up. I don't want to have to move anything. Once I start painting, I want it to all just be able to stay there until I'm completely finished. So, and then back here I got these other pieces. They're hung up. They're just hanging from bungee cords from the garage, and then the little hooks that we made. And other than that, we're ready to go. I'm using this Rust-Oleum Universal Bonding Primer. I just know this is good stuff. It really doesn't cost that much more than regular primer. So let's get started on priming. Okay, the primer is dry. I let it dry for about an hour and I'm ready for the paint now. I'm using this Ultra Matte. The reason I'm using matte spray paint is because when I found when I use like a semi-gloss or something, anytime you get too close or the paint gets weird, you can see every little variation in the depth of the paint. The matte is going to give it a nice even look, and we can add that gloss afterwards with a clear coat, such as polyacrylic or just a wipe-on poly or something like that. So let's get started with this Ultra Matte spray paint and see how it looks. All right, this is our finished product. I really like how the blue turned out and the copper accents. Not super fond of the green. I thought it was gonna look better. I actually thought this was gonna be a darker blue, but it still looks all right. This is creativity at its finest, and this is the creative room. So if this doesn't inspire somebody to do something similar or better, I don't know what will. So my name is Anthony. This is my channel, Make a Better Home. Thanks for watching.